I mean, it's a shame if you're out of pupper ideas.
The pupperest pupper to ever dog.
Dog is a fun verb.
Anything can be a verb, if you believe.
I mean, nothing verbs like a verb. So.
Nothing nouns like a noun.
Something's definitely adjective like an adjective, though.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, we back. We here. Number 60, I think. It's a big number.
Oh, man, guys. Only 9 more.
Oh, you're right. We should clearly start building up whatever plot twist that is. I mean...
It's the Don't Be Nasty episode.
Oh, boy.
I think that's going to be 68. I think 69 would be the Be Nasty episode.
Obviously.
Because we're a mature people.
Yep.
100%. So what you're telling me is episode 69 is like... is Annis's special episode?
I think it'll be the hot spring / beach episode.
Yep, clearly.
But Beach has already been in so many episodes.
But he hasn't had his episode yet.
You know.
Day in the life.
Hi, Rumi. Aren't you ready for me to come home?
Oh, yeah. Totally. Now, episode 69 is where we take Beach to the beach.
A beach on the beach.
Beach on the beach. We spend the whole episode trying to hook him up with his American friend.
Wink wonk.
To varying degrees of
we
success.
We haven't seen the other paladins yet, so like he might have some contenders. Okay, if this is just like an episode of like Bachelor, where we just put him in the chair and we get that wall and we start asking questions to every other paladin, like don't mind us.
That's true.
I'm suddenly terrified of the concept of a beach episode. Not for that reason. I just realized there's a whole fucking body of water out there.
I totally promised that I was gonna add the rest of the Paladin Sentai team to the map, and then with my computer crapping out for the entire day, I haven't made any changes. So you'll have to wait for them after all.
Oh well.
Oh dear.
You can just say they're cute.
I mean, they're varying levels of cute. That's up to you.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, it's still a Sentai team. They are all archetypes.
Okay, well, here's the real question. Are they all still there?
They're still there. They
okay,
just don't
cool.
have tokens for you to see, so they'll have to wait.
That's okay.
But they will be here for communicating with later.
It'll be a pleasant surprise.
Yeah, I would rather you get to see art than me just describe them. That's less fun. So, there'll be a trip back to Picru.
Hey.
Who knows what'll happen?
Many things.
Shenanigans.
I'm not doing it, but I thought it would be funny if they were all made by the same, like, buff elf Picru. It just turns out they're all buff.
Okay, but hear me out. Literally, I went to go back to Picru just for shits and giggles while you were saying that, and the link that it auto fucking populated was the buff man. Out of all the Picrus I have played on here.
It's part of the fun. Yeah, for anyone wandering in who's wondering, Picru is a character image service out of Japan that will waste all of your time, but makes it really easy to make characters.
It's great.
It auto-populated to Bright's Picru hell for me.
It also has a tendency to advance to the next section when you click on things for no reason. Because it's not very well coded. It's just nice.
Mine loaded the magical pouch one.
Yeah, that tracks.
I love that one. It's so good.
Now I'm curious, which one is it going to bring up for me, having made so many of these?
I mean, it probably brought up the Bright one, because that's how I made Annis's entire family.
Let's see. Oh, my default one is one I haven't done before. Well, might have to make somebody for that one later. Fun times. Anyway, yeah, so last time you actually made it to the Druid meeting, and
yes.
After having a little bit of catch-up time sitting in the stands, and after Aiden did a long walk around the entire area, checking for signs of who knows what, I didn't say it before, but I should have. You absolutely picked up Fae on some of the phantasmals in the phantasmal section, which is not a surprise.
I mean, yeah,
but technically it goes to be said. Yeah.
Yeah.
You knew that. They're there. You also confirmed that the grounds where the tree was have been properly treated so that the evil in it is no longer there.
Yay.
You did a walk by the main stage with the 5 leaders, whom you've all now heard from, and some of their views for what needs to happen next. As a very quick reminder, up first was Scribe, who spoke at length a history article on the benefits of doing nothing. That gave you a short rest because nothing happened. Truly, proof in progress. After Scribe was Margaret, who, as the representative of the Migration Party, gave the pitch for it being messed up. That this world is slowly phasing out so many phantasmal species and becoming inhospitable to them. So maybe this is the one chance to get somewhere safe, with an acknowledgement that it's not directly safe and that something will still ultimately need to be done. But that's kind of the direction that her group wants to go in. Then we had the Eladrin Moranthe, who spoke a bit about the benefits of essentially manipulating the world, because the people currently in charge of it are already being manipulated, so why shouldn't you have a voice? And besides, the decisions they've made so far have made things a terrible place, so perhaps it would be a good idea to take the reins more closely. Following that, you had Nathaniel, who is an ASMR, and he is the one from the Revelation Party who talks about the benefits of just straight up bringing mystery back into the world, whether it's through, cryptids and other things to really disrupt the confidence that we have in science, to full on, hey, look, there's things out there now, get over it, we're here. And that was kind of the most bold approach, at least in the traditional sense, because it would absolutely disrupt the world if you were to try to kick off a new age of mystery. And finally, at the end, we've got Felix Igmillenia, who is here to push the Unification Party message of, we're going to have to work together across groups. You're going to have to get the church and the dead apostles to the table. You're going to have to get the Mages Association and all of its various factions. You're going to have to get phantasmal species. You're going to have to get the old elf druids. You're going to have to get pretty much everyone who has a stake in the prolonged existence of the planet together to address problems, because otherwise things are going to continue to get worse and none of us can do it on our own, which is a bit confidence inspiring. Following a check on that, some of you have more confidence in the undercurrents of that than others. So that's fun. And then following that, since it had been so long, especially with Scribe's opening, a bit of a break has been called for. So you're now at intermission and people are free to get up and walk around a little bit. Once intermission breaks up, there will be questions asked of the leaders from the various groups present to essentially put the things that they're pushing into context, because some of them don't have overt next step actions. Some of them seem a little more philosophical, and some of them might be okay, but what are you going to do? So there are going to be a lot of questions coming from specifically the druids, as Annis understands, for that one. Like, obviously non-druids are present. Whether or not they should be is up for debate, but the expectation from previous druid meetings like this is that more experienced druids will get first shot at asking questions, and then it'll kind of go down seniority from there.
So what I'm hearing is Annis will be able to get to go first. Good. If anyone tries to interrupt Annis, we throw hands. Good.
I mean, Annis will get to go first among her generation of druids, but yeah. You're in a world of really old elves, so.
And I'll fight them.
I mean, we have the mechanics for that if you wish to.
Good.
No!
No fighting. Not yet, anyway.
I mean, you didn't show up in your peace paint.
I did not show up in my peace paint.
Oh boy.
It's just your domain. Don't worry about it.
Okay, so we're on intermission.
Yep, you're in intermission. You are free to get up and wander around and do as you wish.
Okay,
Could everyone confirm for me that the game is still working for you? Because I saw a little message that says lost connection to cloud service, but it said connection was restored instantly, so I'm assuming we're all here.
Yeah, I'm here.
Cool.
I will.
That 18 says that I'm still...
Dang.
Yeah, I'm not rolling a d20 just in case there's a good roll at it. Like, I'll roll a d4. Boom.
Yeah, you're all here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at that perfectly average roll.
Majestic.
Yeah.
I think you roll more d4s than anyone outside of rogues.
Excellent. Good.
So yeah, you got a little bit of an intermission after all of that. So once the main session breaks up, the 5 leaders up on the stage start conversing amongst themselves. You can see the various paladins and rangers likewise taking up a bit more strategic defensive positions just around the stage, because now people are able to get up and move around, so they have to be a little bit more on guard, especially given the nonsense of the day before coming from a druid. So there's some of that. Over on your end of things, you don't see a whole lot out of the Kilthat crew. They're just sort of sitting around. They're kind of ignoring all of the elves and whatnot that are staring at them. They're being very regal in their composure. They don't seem to be getting up and doing anything. Other than that, you can see, looking around the area, there are a variety of druids who are kind of using this almost like a social hour. Like, you can see Scraggly walking around talking to random people. Not saying a whole lot, mostly just letting them talk, because that's the fate of Scraggly, I guess. You can see that Nora is just hanging out here. She seems still to be pretty tired from her, day of healing and getting rid of spores and all of that nonsense. So she's just sort of taking it as the rest opportunity that it is. For the most part, the area immediately around you is pretty settled, but if you want to get up and wander around, there's a mix of people. If you want to look for anyone in particular who isn't on the map, let me know, because a lot of them are probably present. I just didn't want to bog down the map with a billion more tokens.
This is going to turn around in her seat and look to Aiden and Penelope and go, so we're talking to Felix, right? That's who we're going to talk to?
I also kind of want to talk to Margaret and Nathaniel.
All right.
Everybody, potentially, besides, obviously.
But no, Felix made the most freaking sense.
Yeah, for sure.
I have questions for him, too.
So do we want to split up, or do we want to all go as a trio or a team?
Do we have enough time to go all one by one? How long do these intermissions last for, Annis?
I mean, it depends.
I was just gonna go say hello to the paladins.
Oh, yeah, if you want to do that, then I guess Annis and I can kind of split up between, or go together, and then you can meet up. I don't know.
I am slightly interested in talking to Nathaniel as well, and maybe Margaret, but definitely the most interested in getting a better feel for Felix.
Yeah.
He certainly seems pretty optimistic in how well this is going to work out.
Do we want to talk to them now? While we're on intermission? Or is that, do you think we'll be able to talk to them after?
I mean, we'll be able to talk to them after.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
This is more of a, I guess, get up and stretch your legs type thing. Wake up after, stride.
It does seem like the kind of thing that would be necessary. I mean, I know that elves don't sleep, but that doesn't mean they don't get bored.
Yeah, I guess if we're stretching our legs, I'm gonna go talk to my tribe really quick.
I'll go with you, Penelope, to go talk to the paladins and my cousin.
Okay.
Alrighty.
I guess meet back here?
Yeah.
Cool. I'm sure they'll give us a warning when the intermission is almost over.
Oh, and is Miss now I'm losing her name. The dead apostolate, Lucretia,
yep.
Is she still sitting there?
Yep, she's still sitting there. She's from what you were overhearing before, it sounds like she got the answer that she needed from Alder, which is just a recap for the people who could hear that before, which
Yeah, I say not me.
Might have just been Annis.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was just Annis.
They're gonna go to his cabin after this wraps up and take care of the necessary stuff with the ritual. So after that, he wants out. So
I guess he'll go to them.
So at the very least, you know she's going to be there.
Suppose at some point we should get, the opinions of Grandpap and Lucretia and some of the others.
How'd you read my mind?
You're all welcome. This is kind of your open-ended part of this. I wanted to make sure that you didn't just get stuck listening to NPCs asking NPCs questions for an entire session. So
yeah,
you can wander around, you can get input, you can do whatever, really. Like,
I have many questions.
So
I've already zoomed over to where I want to go.
Do what?
I've already zoomed over to where I want to go.
Yeah. So since the screen's already there, we'll start with Aiden's part first.
Oh shit. Okay. Fuck. Are you sure?
Do you want to do the other one part? I mean, I don't care which one we do.
I'm gonna say because
why am I targeting? What?
Why are you so violent?
I don't know.
Damn.
I want this twink obliterated too. Apparently.
Oh my god. Damn.
Ouch.
Oh yeah. I'll keep her.
Annis woke up and chose violence.
I was like, because I wanted to ask her a question and then over towards Kilthak, but like I can be short.
And you're fine.
Yeah, you can go ahead and ask her. Oh wow, that's a loud car. You can go ahead and ask her, and then we'll cut over to them, and then we can cut back to you with Kilthak, and we just back and forth.
Okay, sweet. Excellent. Yeah, so he like ponders up to her. Very gentle little trot over. He's like looking and seeing if they're talking to each other, and like if she takes a moment to pause, he'll kind of try and grab her attention.
Yeah, she seems to have finished most of her necessary conversation with him, is just sort of sitting back and watching all of this play out. And then when she sees Aiden walk up, she goes, "Put on the paint, I see. Tell me, I'm not quite familiar with the ritual of what this is." And she sort of gestures to her own face as if it were, similarly marked. Do you mind telling me what this entails, just so that I can react with appropriate cultural respect?
Well, looks back over to Kilthak, looks back to her. Well, this part is, and he just kind of gestures up his arm, is, I guess if you were to classify different groups within the community, there's, those that bring strength, those with knowledge, and those with healing, and the placement of the sun, it signifies which grouping you kind of belong to, and there is overlap. But as obviously you can tell, not being a druid, well, I mean, no, druids will fall into that category depending on which style of training they go through. I'm a part of the healing grouping.
It's a noble calling.
Oh, thank you. The rest of it, That's, it's a statement, so to say. Has meaning. Probably, maybe not get too into it. Looks over at Alder. We'll
He's
keep
just
on
sort
it.
of waiting to hear how you explain this.
Oh, yeah. Alder, stop looking at me.
All right.
Oh, thank you.
Continues looking at you.
Stop.
Okay, fine.
I do have questions for you later, actually. Oh, wait.
Yeah, he actually does. After that party, he sort of turns and starts talking to his daughter.
Okay, good. And he kind of whispers in close, like he gets in close to her if she allows it.
Yeah, she does.
Okay, yeah. So really, and he's like lean in. There you go. So, I'm not taking no for an answer, as I've been quite clear before. This kind of represents that a little more, just on the nose. If you catch my drift.
I see. So this is more the mark of confidence without compromise.
I mean, like, technically, if there were other sun catchers here, then they'd be slightly more concerned, which is why I'm like, But also, it's a statement to Kilthak too. But yeah, it's not something that's been worn in a very long time.
Is Kilthak the Dragonborn over there?
Yeah, he's our leader. Mm-hmm.
Understood. Well, far be it for me to step in on internal disputes. I was simply curious about the cultural significance, as I've not seen painted centaur in some time.
Yeah, no, it's quite a while. Which is why I am I'm hoping that it gives me as much confidence as I had when I put it on. But every time I look into his eyes and I see that look, I'm just like, keep it together. You got this. Sometimes being a peaceful person is great. Other times, when you have conflict, you gotta buckle down. And is it intense?
I can definitely
Speaking
sympathize with that. My duties often entail convincing the least disruptive course of action from somewhat more hostile entities. So it helps to go into those situations with the confidence of someone who would not be destroyed should they feel the need to do so.
Exactly. And it's funny because like Scribe is obviously like been around for forever. I mean, Kilthak's been around a while too, but it's like I can look at him and just be like, no. Every time I look at Kilthak, I'm like, oh gosh, you know what I mean?
I would dare say that from looking around, Scribe is probably the second oldest person here.
Wait, who's the first oldest?
I am.
You look great.
Thank you.
I kind of didn't think about that. Yeah.
It's about avoiding the sun mostly.
Oh, okay. You're doing great. So I had a quick question, by the way.
Yes.
Like they were all talking about like how they want to get things done. And he just like again whispers to her, like, "Are you gonna break the code?"
Excuse me?
Or is that something you're talk about to them like afterwards?
You're asking about the Grail War.
Yeah.
My objective is simply to speak with the leadership. I had originally considered speaking to the larger audience, but as Alder here is kindly requested, I will keep things a bit more subtle in exchange for cooperation.
Okay.
And I will inform them, as is their right, but I will not be having as grand of a speaking moment as I'd expected before. Though I will give them a general warning as to the nature of these portals appearing throughout the area. I don't think it will be anything new to them, but considering 20% of the stage seems to think going through them is a good idea, I do feel some obligation to try to dissuade them.
There's a lot of things coming out of that portal that has been very aggressive, and from what I've learned, they can just walk in and they just seem to think that's gonna be easier with all this going on. That's a bad idea. That's a bad idea.
I can't say for certain what will happen if the world were to shift enough to make that possible for them, but I can say that the instability would be unfortunate for anyone who is not at exactly their threshold. It would not bode well for humanity, nor would it necessarily bode well for some of the entities on the other side.
Yeah, no, I agree on that. I agree on that. So just your quick opinion, what do you think of all of them?
I believe that they all
and
have
maybe not
understandable goals, but I'm not confident that any of them has the clout to secure their objective.
Okay, so that's one thing. And besides just like their goals, like what are the vibes you're getting from all of them?
Are you asking my opinions of the speakers themselves?
Yes. That's kind of like my thing. I like to feel like a person's energy, if that makes sense.
Well, if you're
Do you
looking for
get any
something
nice readings?
My assessment would be that each of them fully believes in what they're speaking to, but also they're ultimately politicians. And I feel that some of them are doing a better job of playing this game than others. If I had to wager, I would say that Scribe means well, but I don't think his solution is tenable. I think he simply is comfortable with the idea of everything ending if that's the way that it goes. And that doesn't bode well for everything. So,
there's a concern between him and Margaret, seeing as they seem so ready to die in a quote-unquote more comfortable place.
I believe that Margaret probably has her own reasons for wanting to go to the other side of the world.
I mean, that's fair to want to go, but to outright say that we're cool with just, even if the other side gets better, I mean, like, there's, hey, let's leave these bubbles before they close, but they seem very, very interested on staying for good.
I suspect that when you're facing down an inevitable end, as could be the case for yourself and those of your group, a bad solution is better than a worse solution, because as things are going, they will eventually have trouble surviving on this side.
That's if they give up and don't do anything else, sure.
Well, that, I suppose, would be where you would go to the one who wishes to bring mystery back to the world, which would be quite a feat if he could do it. I certainly wouldn't mind. It would make my job easier.
I mean, people seem to think that it's harder than it is, but okay.
I've seen the world change before. It's hard to envision for a lot of people, but the concept that everything that goes up must come down is a relatively recent innovation. Things can always change. It would just be difficult, and you may not like what it changes into.
I think they just need more bards like Penelope. She brings a lot of mystery.
It's true, but I suspect that part of what she does is simply fraying away at the edges to do what I believe they're called the Revelation Party, to do what they want to do would be far grander. It would be the kinds of things that reshape the world itself.
Hey, that's fair.
Which could be difficult with mana as it is, but it's a solution better than hiding.
All right, so
no, I think that the best bet out of the lot up there would, unfortunately for many, I think that the stepping into global politics, so to speak, and guiding the world makes the most sense to me. The Unification Party is a nice idea, but I've not in my very long life seen these groups working together, and that would be difficult for me to envision playing out on such a capacity to truly reshape the world. But I do believe that strategic manipulation can act as quite the force multiplier, and it may actually be the most conducive way to add mystery to the world if you have a number of forces not realizing what they're doing. Of course, that would be stepping on the toes of a number of other entities if they were to try to do that, and that could in and of itself lead to ruin. Mm-hmm. None of these are a perfect solution, but speaking as someone who's utilized similar tools to avoid greater conflicts, I can understand her approach.
Alrighty, interesting. Thank you for your input.
What about you? Which one appeals to you?
Do you really want my opinion right now?
I would.
Oh
it's
boy. Okay. Well, I was gonna say, if you want a grandeur speech and you're not gonna be able to have one, I can always give one for you later. I think that all of them are idiots, and that majority of them want the same thing, but they're too high up on their horses to actually work together. So, you know.
That's necessarily an incorrect assessment, at least insofar as there are scenarios where they could unite.
They all
goals.
Literally could work together, because all of their speeches have had overlap on exactly the same thing, minus Scribe. We all know that we're not going to even include Scribe in here. And then minus Margaret, because... Get out of here. I'm sorry, I had a ping up from a certain bar. But Margaret obviously wants to take the group and somehow live on the other side. And who's to stop her? She's already said if there needs to be help, that she can be called upon. You can say that that's forces needed for intel, extra mystery, whatever you want to call it, it still aligns. Both Nathaniel and Felix are quite possibly the same exact thing, along with frack, I'm losing her name.
Maranthe.
Thank you, Karen. It's like the three of them, they want the same thing. If they sat together, as Felix said, and shared information, and I don't know, made decisions together, they could all accomplish the goal. And what seems like can't be done could be done because there's three heads and not one. So, you know, that's my opinions on it. I'm just watching them.
That's a fair
and
assessment.
It's kind of hilarious. Thank you.
I certainly look forward to seeing what happens when they resume.
Yeah, no, that's when we get to question time, because there are some questions I need to ask them, because some of them aren't being quite forward. But as you said, that's politics.
It's a game one way or another. So, are you planning on disrupting their event?
I mean, if you call drilling them for information disrupting, then sure. Absolutely.
I'll at the very least stick around to see that.
I have a lot to say. I've only waited 10 plus years?
I have confidence that you'll get through to at least one of them.
Oh,
and then she reaches out to sort of pat you on the side of your torso because you're a centaur. Is that okay?
Oh yeah, I'll take it.
Okay.
She's much older, and like he would, obviously after the last dead apostle, not Einosh, but like
yeah,
hot DILF grandpa man. He's like, he learned quick. He's like, you must respect the dead apostles.
They are very strong. Okay.
They are very strong.
So when she pats you on the side, you get an inspiration die, and I'll tell you how big it is when you choose to use it.
I'm gonna use it for my glorious speech. Yes.
So just remember you've got that. It lasts for pretty much the duration of this session.
Do I feel the energy? Because I'm gonna just look at her.
Give them something to remember.
And he's just like, he nods his head at her, and he's like, I've got you on that. Walk over to them. But yeah, so that's him for now.
Alrighty. We will zoom on up to the party. It's kind of nice having all this on one map for a change. Just sync you up over there. Yeah? You okay over there?
Sorry. I had it muted because I knew I was going to crack up at some point, and I'm like, I don't want to ruin that moment.
I ruined it myself.
You made the horse joke, and I'm like, oh my fucking god, I'm so glad this is muted. Fuck.
I was like, how dare you? Because it pinged right where I was looking on the screen, and I couldn't keep it together. I was like, this is too much. I didn't even realize I made it till you said it.
Gotta watch out for those.
It's my turn to mute. Tee. Alright. I'm a mute now. I promise not to laugh at you, but I will ping you instead now. Hew hew.
That's okay, because I muted my pings.
Eh.
How dare you?
Yeah,
okay,
so while that was going on, the two of you walked up here, and while they don't all have tokens, there are a number of rangers and some paladins, and of course, Beach and Montgomery are the first two that you encounter.
So before, like, as we're walking up, or, like, at least as Penelope is starting to walk up, I'm not sure at what point Annis joins her, but I want to do something on the way over to, like, walking up to them.
Okay.
Can I cast Sending?
I believe so. Sending's just a normal action, right?
I mean, it's a spell slot, but yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not like when you're making a tiny hut and it takes 10 minutes. Like, yeah, it's one action.
Oh, no,
Go for it. Yeah, you can do that.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna cast Ascending to the lady.
Okay.
And what she's gonna say is, I'm at the druid meeting and they're discussing their options. Would you like to be here? Maybe share your opinion? I don't mind bringing you here.
Okay. After a moment, you get the reply, and I have to do the finger counting thing because that's the nature of sending. The true game, the true mini game, is getting the.
That's why I also had it muted.
Yeah. It sounds like they're finally getting around to something that's long overdue. Sure, I'd be happy to sit in.
Okay, I'm gonna use a second Sending.
Okay.
And now I actually have to think again because I had the numbers like all calculated out, and I was like, she's probably gonna say no. Fuck. Let's see. Cool. Summon viable as usual. And after intermission, I guess? Let me know what you want to do. Oh man, I made it under 25 words. Just cuts off in the middle of that.
If the bowl is the best source of water, then absolutely. Just bring me in once they're making their final statements.
Cool. Okay. And then she's just gonna keep going on over.
All right. Rocking that sending messages across the universe.
2. Is Xana's coming along? Xana's there.
Yeah?
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Gosh.
I didn't hear you.
I didn't hear you saying anything either.
You're not hearing me.
Okay, so yeah, the two of you cross over. As she's walking, I guess Annis can hear Penelope saying half of the conversation.
Unless you were saying it internally.
Yeah, I was doing it internally.
Cool enough, then. Yeah, I don't think sending actually requires words, does it?
I don't believe so. I mean, if it is, then cool. I'm happy to be wrong.
The creature hears the message in its mind.
Oh shit, it says verbal.
Well, verbal just means that there's a spell component, that not necessarily, like, you might be like, you know, Pagawa Sampha, and then you do the thoughts or whatever to make this an Outlaw Star joke. But
I got it. I understood that reference.
Hooray! But yeah, the nothing in here says you have to say it out loud, so no, you don't have to say it out loud.
Okay. So she's just basically looks like she's concentrating for a minute, and then just looks like Anna's like, "Oh, you're coming with me to see the paladins."
I figured that was probably the best thing to do, since we don't know how long this intermission is going to last.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I burped like right in the middle of that. Oh god, that felt weird.
You had it in you, and now you don't.
Yeah, Annis, what do you think so far? Oh wait, did we already talk about this?
Is sort of, not really. I think it would be great if, I mean, you know, Scribe's not going to do anything, and Margaret seems pretty set on what she's doing, but I think if we could just get the other 3 to sit down and talk to each other, they could all help each other, and that would be great, because I don't know that any one of these factions is going to be able to do much of anything on their own.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I'm a little more wary of Maranthi's whole shtick.
Yeah, for sure. It sounds like some cult stuff.
It really does. I was thinking the same thing. And like,
it would be great if Felix's idea of everyone working together could work. But there are a lot of people on all sides that are very much stuck in their ways and unwilling to work with other groups. We'll just have to see.
Yeah. And then, like, I don't agree with Margaret so much, but, like, I'm just curious about her as a person.
It's... Yes, like, she's certainly interesting.
Yeah, I have my suspicions about where she's coming from, to be honest, so I would love to maybe clarify that if I could.
I think we'll probably have an opportunity to talk to any of them that we want to after the meeting.
Oh, yeah.
Then, of course, I'm curious to see what the paladins think. I tend to trust Beach's judgment about these types of things.
Yeah. I mean, well, I don't personally have, experience with judging Beach's judgment, but, Beach is a cool guy.
And I'm interested to meet all of these other paladins. If they're anything like Montgomery, should be very interesting.
Yeah, this is gonna be fun. And then I assume that is about when we walk up.
Fair enough. Yeah,
because that is a lot of grass.
It's true. You covered a lot of grass. And to my knowledge, Penelope is not using her newly attuned shoes to hop all of it. So, although she is moving at pace with Annis without much effort.
Hooray!
Because you move faster now. Thank goodness.
Extra hooray. Thank you, Annis.
Yeah, that was the goal.
I seem to be walking faster now. Aha!
I was gonna make a crack about how Annis is slowed down, but she's actually walking at a normal pace to keep up.
Yeah. It's so effortless for Penelope because she's used to taking shorter strides and having to compensate. She's accidentally overstepping and pulling ahead. Takes a little getting used to, but you're getting there.
Tee.
Okay, so yeah, so crossing up, you walk past a number of rangers who you recognize some of them as the rangers that you met up with the day prior for when you found Beach and Vivi. They're the ones who split off and headed off on their own. So they see you, they know you're legit. They sort of part ways a little bit so that you can get through up to where Beach and Montgomery are currently standing. Like, they're looking out at the crowds and occasionally turning around. As you're getting closer, you can hear Montgomery's voice as he's talking to Beach and kind of having a one-sided conversation. So as you're getting closer, he's like, "Splendid speeches, isn't it? It's so exciting, so full of gusto to see the world change as they wish. I know that we are known for our devotions as paladins, but it's nice to see druids stepping up and really putting everything on the line for what they believe in, isn't it? Yes, it's great. I know, it's wonderful, and it's just so exciting to be here. Like, no more giant monster trees, simply the sharing of ideas, and yes, it's very wonderful. And it's just this, oh, look, it's your friends. Well, I believe that is your cousin and her friend, but hello, friends. Welcome over.
Oh.
I did not hear what you said. If you said something.
We both
said
said hello.
Yep.
Yep.
Ah, okay. Yeah, Beach is like, you can see as you're getting closer now that he's apparently been listening to this monologue for some time, and he appreciates seeing a lot of you. And so he takes a step in your direction, which is enough to signal Montgomery to move forward. And then you'll notice he doesn't keep stepping. He kind of just does the kind of forward step thing just to show you on the map if they were here. He goes like this. Then Montgomery overtakes him to talk to the lot of you, and he takes a step back.
Oh, no.
He sort of shifts him over to you. And then he mouths at Annis. It's the way that he says, like, sorry, but thank you. But the way that he does it reminds you of times that Buck got passed off before.
Oh, good.
When you were growing up. So this is a, please keep this one busy for a little bit before they get in trouble.
Gotcha.
Understanding. And he goes back to more properly doing the security job while Montgomery walks up all cheerful and happy. Are you enjoying this?
Enjoy is a strong word. Interesting.
Always exciting to hear this exchange of ideas, even if some of them take several hours to get to the point.
Yes, as a paladin and an American, I am curious at what you think about all of this. It would be good to get an outsider's perspective.
Honestly, it's kind of interesting to me because It sounds like everyone's going to speak and everyone's going to ask questions, but as far as I can tell, there's no actual deliberation. You don't seem to be voting.
I think that'll probably happen after this intermission is done.
Ah, good. Be a shame if this was all just people speaking to be heard. We have plenty of that at home. How are you, friend Penelope? Are you enjoying this? As another non-druid, I find this very interesting.
I mean, it's certainly something. I think it's interesting how they think that they're... Like, I think it's interesting how they think just the druids in particular are the only people who can do anything about any of this.
That's a fair point. I do believe that they do occasionally see themselves as the stewards of the world and forget that there are other denizens, but I do think they mean well, and obviously, while the druids seem to be the ones making the decisions, they've called in the rangers and the paladins to keep things safe and orderly, and of course they've opened themselves up to discussion with others, but I don't think you're wrong. We don't have quite as much of this where I come from, since, simply put, we don't have as many long-lived races in our country.
Yeah.
Most of them came from here originally, or they were born there and are simply younger.
And then just... I don't know. It all seems a little odd. I'm not sure how to think of it.
That's certainly fair. Personally, I'm just glad we're not being attacked by giant trees today.
You know?
It is always something to be thankful about.
Yeah, for real.
Yes, yesterday it was a bit much. Like, for starters, we see giant trees. They're problematic. We jump into, proudly proclaim justice and glory as we attack it, only to get a mouthful of disgusting mushroomy spores. Would not recommend it. I didn't tell you to wait a little bit. Yes, you did. You're right. I'm sorry. I did get a bit ahead of myself, but I just couldn't help it. It was a tree. I didn't think it was gonna move.
You've gotten yourself checked, right?
Oh yes, of course. It was standard procedure.
Those spores can be pretty dangerous.
It's true. I was coughing an embarrassing amount for someone who doesn't smoke. Never take up the habit. It's bad for you. It will knock centuries off your life.
I mean, I wasn't planning on starting, but duly noted.
Meanwhile, in London, Lord El-Melloi,
oh
who
boy,
is like 29. For anyone who forgot, he's 29.
Yeah.
Oh no, Penelope's older than him.
It's true. Yeah, he's got some city miles on him. Like, he looks really young when he's in Fate Zero, and he looks really old by the time of Fate Stay Night. Like, he aged a lot in 10 years.
Real Wars
That's a mood, though.
You got that Obama treatment.
So Penelope is gonna kind of try and sidestep around Montgomery.
That's fair.
And just be like, "Hey, Beach."
Yes, how are you?
I'm okay.
Are you as bored out of your mind as I am?
So
absolutely.
Annis is going to run interference to keep Montgomery from... Yeah.
Fair enough. It's not that hard to hold his attention if you just engage with him at all.
Yeah, she's going to ask what part of America he's from and etc., so on and so forth.
Sure. You get a delightful rundown of his adventures in America. I'll give you the summary of that later, but
yeah,
it'll be fun. Suffice it
Sorry
to
to
say,
interrupt
he's from
you.
many parts of America, and you'll probably enjoy the entire story. So, yeah, it's a bit tiring here, if I'm being honest. Like, obviously, it's important that we keep things safe, especially after yesterday, if only as a show of force. But yeah, there's a lot
So, can you introduce me to your other paladin buddies? Your other co-workers, so to speak?
Oh, do you want to meet
Wink.
the rest of the team?
Yeah.
Sure, they're spread around on their duties at the moment, but I can introduce you to a few of them if you like.
Yeah.
Tell me. So you've met Montgomery.
Uh-huh.
He's a lot.
Yeah?
How much of a lot do you want to meet? Because most of them are not quite there, but they're eccentric in different ways. Paladins tend to be all in on something.
I mean, I want to meet any of them, honestly.
How do you feel about history?
About what?
One of them is he's following the Oath of Ancients, so he knows a lot. And he will talk at length if you get started.
No. Normally I would say yes, but no.
I had a feeling. Yeah, Elonquinol is a very nice man, but he's not scribe bad, but if he decides that he wants to talk to you about halflings, you're going to learn a lot about halflings.
I mean, not that I don't know a lot about halflings.
Correct. You probably as a bard would know more than him, but it would not stop him from sharing. If anything, he'd be asking you questions. It's a bit interesting to we've had many good conversations. He's a nice fellow, but you would think that paladins are all a bit more like Montgomery over here, but we've all got our interest, and he's absolutely interested in knowing everything he can and using it. He's a bit more of a tactician than a fighter per se. But fair enough. Let's see. So that's Elonquinol. You might be more interested in... Well, hold on. So, Annis's boyfriend, Derek. He's a boyfriend, right?
I assume.
That's the vibe I picked up. That's the vibe I'm picking up.
Yeah, I mean, they're, yeah, anyway.
Well, one of the other team members, Mealy, she is an Oath of Vengeance paladin. So she's kind of like him, but more.
More... Oh, more like Derek.
More like Derek,
but not...
yes. Like, where Elonquinol is very into the books and the history and learning everything he can so that he can use it for the greater good. And Montgomery is about living as a shining example of what's possible as a, paladin of the Oath of Glory. Mealy is of the Oath of Vengeance, and so for the most part, she is looking for problems that need a violent solution. So she's a bit intense.
Okay.
So she's a nice lady. Like you get on her good side. She's probably the best one to have with you in a fight. But let's just say that after we ran out of trees to kill yesterday, she stayed up for a bit, looking for more.
Oh no.
It's true. I would wager that if things are quiet for too long, she'll take on that entire board in the barracks herself. She said something about wanting to see which half grows back first if she cuts a drider in half, and I told her that neither would grow back, but she wants to prove it.
Which half?
I think she thinks that if she separates the drow from the spider pot, one or the other might grow back. Not entirely sure I agree with her, but I think she really is just looking for an excuse at this point.
Ooh.
Yeah, Soren gave her the sad story about his horse or whatnot, and she decided that the horse must be avenged. With extreme prejudice, so, paladins are fun.
Well, who else is there?
There's, Daedalus. He's the devotion paladin that we have. He's probably the most, for lack of a nicer way of saying it, cliche. He is similar to Montgomery in that he believes that, as an oath of devotion, Paladin, that there's a right way to live and that we should all strive for it. But unlike Montgomery, he's not focusing inward on improving himself so much as helping others find the way to what works best for them. He's a very nice fellow, actually. He could be fun to chat with if you don't mind sharing a bit with him, because he will absolutely try to find what you're enjoying about the world and make it better. He's a very nice guy, honestly. By comparison to the rest of them, I say he's a bit cliche as a paladin, but it's in a good way. He's trying to make the world a better place, and he's not doing it in an incredibly loud or violent way. He simply lives to serve. And let's see, others here. You might actually get along pretty well with Lorelei. She's kind of the exception that proves the rule for paladins, because she well, I guess she's the most bardy of them, if I'm being honest. She likes to party. She likes to inspire people. She's the person who would get everyone moving in a quiet situation if that seems necessary, but she's very solemn and respectful. I dare say that while you might think in a group like this that someone as aggressive as Mealy, or someone as tactical as Alaquanal, or as over the top as Montgomery, that one of them would be the leaders. But if I'm being honest, I think Lorelei is the one who finds the balance in all of them and brings out the best in all of us. So you might want to get along with her. She's not too far away if you'd like to go meet her.
Yeah, sure. And you're all paladins for the same... She's trying to, like...
we all report
say it without saying
office. It. Yes. We're each here for very different purposes, but we are all still working on the same team for the same shared goal and shared benefactor.
Okay. Okay, cool.
There are others, but those are the ones that are present here. We were the ones who could be gathered on relatively short notice, or who were already here for coincidental reasons.
Gotcha. And then she's gonna, like, tap his shoulder and, like, signal for him to get closer so she can whisper.
Yeah, he does.
She's like, by the way, whenever they break from intermission, I'm going to be bringing my boss lady in for the meeting.
Really? Is she interested in politics now?
Yeah, I guess so.
Wow, it must be really pressing on her end if she wants to... Well, I don't know. That's not entirely true. From my understanding of what you said before, some coordination will be necessary to resolve this issue, so perhaps she's trying to get ahead of that.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
But yeah, I just thought I would give you a heads up.
Really gonna have to put the thing that you showed me to good work. I've yet to get a chance to practice, but I would like to obviously include my lady as well, when possible, to give that a shot.
Pretty cool. I still haven't gotten to meet her, so that would be pretty neat.
Yeah, she's an interesting one. She's a bit more enigmatic, so to speak, than I think some people are used to, but I find that if you're patient and you listen, you'll understand her.
Okay. Neat. All right, well, thank you. Where's Lorelei?
Yeah, she's over there, and he points off to the from the map perspective, the top right area. I'll be dropping a generic token on for now, but I'll replace it later and share a picture once that's ready.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Annis is learning about the rigorous adventures of traveling the open highways as an elf. And he paints a picture for you of what he's like when he's not in normal elven attire, which I'm going to show you now. Where's your picture, buddy? Where is your picture? Oh, I haven't shared it yet. That's why. 1 second. Just to give you an understanding. So, yeah, things that Annis has learned about Montgomery from this and the high level are that he absolutely likes to travel around America, inspiring people wherever possible, and the way that he travels around America is on a motorcycle.
Yeah, I would expect nothing less.
Naturally. Let's see. Here you go. Because I've been sitting on this picture for a while, and I think it's fun. So.
Like, I haven't seen it yet, and I'm already delighted.
Just changing the label now that you know who he is, because it still says that he's the most Bara elf, so now it's properly updated.
No, that's still accurate.
Oh my god, look at him!
Jesus.
Yep.
Yeah, that tracks.
Yep.
Ripping out of that jacket.
Yep, he rides around America on a motorcycle, up and down the highways, wherever the road takes him, wherever he feels devotion calling.
I love that.
And as noted, he does not encourage smoking, but he absolutely likes the aesthetic, so he does carry a lollipop in his coat pocket. Fun times.
That's amazing.
He's a big boy. All right, so while I'm doing this, I'll go ahead and... It's going to be a bit more generic elf for now, but I'll show you her picture later. Sure, that'll work. Boop. There you go.
Oh my gosh, she's well, that joke already fell flat on its face. Never mind. Oh, no, wait, there we go. She's Valeria's mom. Oh my gosh.
Gasp in amazement. Small world.
I just completely blue screened on Valeria's name.
It's all good. There's a lot of characters. You're allowed to not remember all of them at all times. I mix up their names sometimes. It's why I have to write them all down.
Penelope's gonna walk up to Annis and, like, grab her hand and be like, hey, do you want to come with me?
Sure. Well, it was nice talking to you, Montgomery.
It's been a splendid time. I always enjoy recounting the open road. And later on, I'll have to catch up with your I believe he's your boyfriend? The other one from America. We need to converse and share stories. I'm sure he has many an epic tale as well.
Oh gosh. And yeah.
Montgomery, I think you might need to keep an eye out above just in case there are flying trees. Is that a thing? Could be. Oh god. Stops and looks up.
Quick, let's run.
I still don't know why I'm targeting Felix.
Why did you still target
She wants him obliterated.
I don't see you targeting him in the target list.
I've got an arrow point. I can see an arrow pointing to him for some reason.
I see it now, yeah.
Oh, okay. There we go. No, but still back. Okay.
Yeah, you have a distance counter.
I need to know how far away Felix is at all times.
At all times, just in case.
Yep. I don't trust him.
Annis is gonna destroy this kid.
I don't trust these winks, man. They need muscle before I can trust them.
I don't trust anyone who has an early iPhone. There's no way.
Yeah. I mean, really, though.
Penelope's just like, I'm gonna find him later. I'm gonna take that phone.
That's how phones work.
Yep.
Oh.
That's my villain origin story.
What?
What?
The altar.
Yes.
Oh my god, stop, no.
Yeah, Shelly, you're very cute. Oh my gosh.
Okay, so yeah, you don't have much trouble finding her at all. She's right over there. So when you walk up, so Lorelei, again, ignoring her token entirely beyond that, it just shows you where she is. She is, she's a paladin, and she is actually wearing proper paladin armor. It is very formal looking. It's not like King Arthur armor. It's a bit more. I wish I had a picture handy. It's more leathers kind of armor. Like it's more of like a banded kind of armor. It blends in better with the elven aesthetic. But what you can see looking closer to it is it's similar to the armor that you saw in the Enchanter's place. Like there's a certain sheen to it that tells you there's something special about it. So you know there's probably more going on with it. Also, you notice that rather than being like banded together with any form of stitchwork of any kind, it looks like it was grown somehow into that shape. Like it's just one piece that happens to fit over her body. She's also wearing nice boots, similar to Penelope's boots, actually, aesthetically. The ones that she would have gotten if she didn't get it transferred, enchantment-wise.
Right.
And in general, like she's currently looking around. You can see her sort of running her eyes over the crowd in different directions, but as she's doing this, like she's smiling, but I'm not gonna make you roll to see that it's very much a "this is my people are watching" smile. Like this is your customer service smile, because you both like one of you runs a shop and the other is a professional idol. So like you both have done this enough to know it when you see it.
Yeah.
She's putting on the smiling face and making it look like everything's okay, but her eyes are darting around a little bit more often than strictly necessary to show that she's not just checked out and smiling. She's keeping an eye on as much as she can. She is a full elf.
Gotcha. So many elves, gosh.
No, right? It's like we're in Sherwood Forest.
What?
It's like we live here.
We're in What's a Sherwood?
How are the two of you? Are you? I saw you getting on well with Montgomery.
Oh, wait, shit, sorry. I was totally out of character.
Oh, well, then never mind.
Sorry, hold on. Okay. Okay, now we're walking up.
Okay, fair enough.
Shit. Okay. Recomposed. Whew. Hi, are you Lorelei?
Hello, yes I am. It's a pleasure to meet you. Let's see. Are you? I'm going to make a guess that you're Penelope, given you're here with Annis.
Yeah. Who told you?
Making a guess. Have you been giving people another name since you got here?
No.
I was briefed a bit on the ones who warned everyone about the trees.
Oh,
Your name
right.
came up.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Sorry, it's been a very, very, very long day.
It certainly has. We were up very late last night taking care of this and then getting ourselves checked out. I'm sure that from your own adventures with it, you understood that those are very dangerous dead apostle trees, and that the cleanup alone was a bit of an adventure. Also, apparently someone enchanted the downtown area to have a giant boat in it, but there's a lot going on.
Unrelated events.
Yeah.
So are the two of you enjoying your time here? I believe I'm normally supposed to inform you that this is a druid event, but I believe that went out the door at some time, so I'm not worried about it.
Yeah, that went out the door a long time ago.
Family out the door.
But I mean, it's been fun so, or well, maybe not fun, but
interesting.
Yeah.
I found it rather interesting to get an idea of where everyone stands, and I'll be curious to see where the people present ultimately decide to go on this one. It's not really my place to make decisions for the druids, but I am curious to see what they choose, because there are some extremes at play here.
Yeah.
Can say that again.
Do you have any inclinations yourself as a druid, Annis?
Well, my inclination is, as a druid, I really don't know, except for Scribe. They all have good ideas and bad. There are pros and cons to all of them, and I don't think any one of them can fix this problem alone.
I think that's probably a fair assessment.
We're all going to have to work together.
Well, one of them is at least pushing for that.
Yes, in that respect, that party has the right idea, but I don't know. I think not as many people are going to give them the time of day or take them seriously, because there are so many people in all of these different factions that refuse to work together and hate all of the other factions.
It does seem like they would need a voice that people couldn't ignore if they want to actually pursue such a goal. I'm not sure they have that. One thing that I've learned from working with other paladins is that there are loud voices and there are proud voices, and there are people that feel like they're most qualified to lead, but it only goes so far if others aren't willing to follow.
It's true.
So do the two of you have any other dire warnings of attacks or anything that my team should be aware of?
Just spores and those weird mushrooms. I don't want to invite disaster by saying this, but I think we're fine for now. I mean, we've contained the bubble. We got rid of the trees. So, for the most part, things should be okay for now.
My understanding is that the one responsible for the trees has been run off for the time being, at the very least.
For the time being, we do need to track him down and do something about him, but I have a feeling that's going to be a lot more complicated than we think it will be.
Could be a bit
for real
troublesome. From his manner of escape, it sounds like he's quite capable of covering a lot of ground, and unfortunately my people are not. So we'll be doing some coordination with some of the druids here and see what our options are. Otherwise, we'll be getting back to what we were going to be doing next anyway, which I believe is also something that your lot brought to our attention, given it entails the library at Clock Tower.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's just some people that just trouble follows them around, and I guess that's us.
Certainly seems to be the case, although from what I can tell, you've come out on top of it each time.
Yep.
So far, so good.
So far, so good.
Well, I, for one, am glad that you're doing what you're doing. Whether or not you intend to find this, you've addressed it and you've shared what you've learned, and that's made things a lot safer for all of us. So thank you. I'd like to thank you on behalf of all of us, although I'm confident that if you were to raise this around Montgomery, he would thank you louder.
At least 20 more times.
He does everything louder.
It's true, he does. It's a lot of fun, but bravado is his way of saying thank you to the world, so we let him go.
But yeah, I mostly just wanted to meet the paladins, as it were.
Well, I can certainly introduce you to some of the others if you like, but might have to wait until we're done with security at the moment. I would not want to get in the way of Mealy when she thinks something might jump out for her to attack.
Yeah, no. Yeah, based on what Beach was telling me, that's not a good idea.
She's very devoted to her cause, and her cause is one that is best observed from the splash zone.
Yes, I would definitely be interested in meeting more of my cousin's co-workers, as it were.
Well, there are a number of us, although, if I'm being honest, I feel like your cousin might be the most balanced of the lot of us. We all have our interest in the things that we go all in on, but he seems to be the one who has found the most balance of the lot of us.
Yeah, that's Beach. Probably got a lot to do with his immediate family. Having to rein in myself and his older brother probably made him very balanced, yes.
How is Buck doing these days?
I mean, he's doing a lot better than he used to. He's starting to take some responsibility and think about things before he does them. What now?
What's her name?
Oh. I mean, I don't know that this is necessarily because of... And here, Kim is blanking and does not remember the name of the librarian lady.
That's fair.
Oh god, I'm pulling it up. Where are my notes? Fuck! Oh no, I can't find my notes. Oh no, my notes for that session are back in freaking...
It was a long time ago.
Well, my notes are in my notebook, which is currently in the apartment, which is currently
not
3 hours flight away.
Right.
I mean, I could go get them, but...
You don't want to look in there right now. It is a disaster zone.
That's more fun, right?
No. Oh no, what was her name? I feel bad because she was so sweet. Oh god.
This was months ago. God.
I'm going to dig out her picture for you. Just for flashbacks for everyone.
Yeah, I could totally picture her in my head. I'm just like, fuck, what was her name? No.
Yeah, let me get that up for you. Boop, 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 boop.
I wrote down Albedo Happenstance, the most cursed person in Clock Tower.
That's
fun. That is an accurate note.
I wrote down a scroll of "Hey, don't do that" from Jonas Ainsworth. How did I not write down?
Whoa. That got confused for a second. Okay.
Oh no.
Yeah, here she is. No, click. Oh, it's doing that weird thing where it misjudges where the cursor is. That's why this is taking forever. Alright. Fantasy Ground should be better now. Much better, yeah. That's such a weird glitch. Can a lot of you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Okay, it just got really quiet for a second.
We were waiting. We were patiently waiting.
And I appreciate
that. It's Sophia.
Sophia.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
It's like I found it right as you pulled it up, and I'm like, fuck.
Okay, back in character.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's entirely because of Sophia. I think he's just getting to that age where he's starting to grow up, maybe? but her name is Sophia.
I think he might have also, like, I want to text him to check on him too, because like I think the whole thing with the library might have scared the shit out of him, to be honest.
Yeah.
That's certainly fair. It was a lot.
Yeah.
But, well, that certainly is something that needs attention, but, you know, so is all of this. A lot. There's a lot going on.
Ugh.
But yes, don't leave Sherwood before I've gotten to meet all of you paladins. I'm definitely interested in meeting you all.
Oh, don't worry. We'll be here for a bit.
Oh, Lorelai, if it's not too nosy of me, what's your oath?
Oh, mine?
Yeah.
Sure, I don't mind sharing that. Well, actually, it's a little bit personal, so she sort of leans into the two of you. And then she says, the Oath of Redemption.
Redemption?
It's true. We've all got our past.
It's understandable.
How about you? Which college do you herald from?
Sure.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I've got a really good teacher.
Sounds like it.
You probably know her, but
indirectly. I've heard good things though. And how is everything coming along for you, Anis?
No, my potion shop is doing really well, and I was just kind of coasting along until I decided to go to Germany, and then all of a sudden all this happened.
I mean, hey, you got a friend out of it?
I mean, I wouldn't trade any of it. I'm glad I went. Just, you know, I went through years and years of barely anything happening, and then all of a sudden, just had the weirdest month.
Admittedly, that tends to be how stories work. The time in between is good for building us, but the moments it builds us for are the ones we talk about.
That's true. I feel like I'm going to be telling this story for years and years, assuming I make it out of it.
You seem to be quite resilient. Just don't bite off too much, you know?
I mean, hey, worst case scenario, well, you can just be like, hey, Crosby, buddy.
No.
Not sure I know this fellow.
Huh?
I'm not sure I've heard of this fellow. Who's Crosby?
He's a sir.
Oh, that would be different. I would not recommend that.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone loves a good story from a necromancer. They have some of the best, but I would not recommend trying the services for yourself.
I don't intend to.
They're remarkably better at parties than you would think.
No, I believe it.
I remember one of them who, after we were sitting around for some time, he decided it would be really funny to animate the chicken bones.
Oh no!
It was quite charming until it caught the attention of Mealy and was destroyed again.
Oh no!
In her defense, it was unnatural.
I mean, I guess it would be terrifying if dinner just started tap dancing on the table.
It was quite a thing. Like, I found it charming, but teach their own, I suppose.
I guess.
So the two of you going to stick around for the remainder of this event and then sometime?
Oh,
yeah. Yeah.
Wonderful. That'll be great. It'll be a good opportunity if you wish to meet the other paladins, and of course, I'd like to get to know the both of you better when I'm not quite on duty.
Yeah.
For the moment, I must confess that I'm splitting my attention between this conversation and keeping an eye on the centaur wearing war paint over there.
Well, you don't need to worry about... You don't have to worry about Aiden. Probably. He's fine.
I'm a little hesitant given his war paint.
Yeah,
He seems like he's a good and well-meaning boy, but I did see him doing a lap around the area earlier, so I'm hoping he just had the horse equivalent of the zoomies.
He did have coffee this morning.
Yeah, we'll try to keep him in check.
Yeah, we'll rein him in.
Your assistance is much appreciated.
Horse puns.
Oh, I get that one. Well done.
Thanks, I try.
Yeah, hopefully he won't become the main event.
All right. Let's
get out.
We just hear from across the arena.
I didn't cast catapult. Penelope is launched.
What?
No. All right, well, I'm gonna hightail it out of here.
Happy trails.
I'll see you later. Oh, Annis, I'll catch up.
Okay.
Okay. Sariel.
Oh, hi there. Yes. Welcome to the closest to the stage I'm allowed to let you get.
What if I take one step closer?
Then you'll be taking several steps back.
Oh, good. Luckily that's not why I'm here.
Wonderful.
Is there a... This is gonna sound really weird, and I apologize. Is there a body of water nearby?
Not in the immediacy. I suppose if you wandered a bit to the north, you'd eventually come to some water, but this area is partially picked because it isn't in danger of flooding.
Okay, cool. I'll just have to adjust my later plans then.
Are you going for a swim?
Yes. Absolutely.
I guess have fun.
I'm definitely... Huh?
I guess have fun with that then. I would recommend maybe going by the lake instead, but sure, if you'd like to go for a swim, just be careful. There's rocks.
Is the lake near where the bubble was?
That's part of it, yes.
Okay. Cool. I'll keep that in mind then. But yeah, I figured you would know where the best lake would be.
I mean,
you're all over the place here.
There's definitely a number of places for water. I'm sure Annis could show you where some of them are as well.
You know what? You have a very good point. I'll ask her too.
Very good. Be that as it may, I do need to unfortunately enforce the perimeter around this for a bit, so we'll catch up later.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
It's gonna
as you walk by, you hear Beach once again as the recipient of a long tirade on the difference between a Wawa and a Sheets.
Which one is Montgomery favoring?
He's currently a favor of Wawa, but he's open, and he's gonna need someone to explain to him the benefits of Sheets. If you listen to him long enough, he'll go on about how sometimes you just want a good 7-Eleven, though.
Penelope's just gonna yell back, Sheets has the better milkshakes! And then just keeps going.
Does it now? And you're gone. So there you go. So while that was going on, we'll cut over to Aiden. Hooray.
Oh no, I've been typing up a storm trying to get words in order. Oh no. Okay.
Do we need to have a quick intermission so people can drink water?
No.
Fair
I got
enough.
this.
Oh.
I'll talk to my people. Wee. Oh no. I forgot the turtle's name, or the turtle's name already, but the turtle's name was going to change, so now I'm like...
Sordal.
It's Sordal the Turtle.
It's what?
Sordal the Turtle.
Sordal. Well, it's getting changed anyways. So I'm going to call Sordal... I don't know.
Are you giving him a new name?
No, I was gonna like shorten it so it's like a cute little nickname, but there's not really much you can do with Sordal.
Sorty?
Sorty? Yeah, Sorty's cute. Ooh, Anison for the clutch. Excellent. Just gonna crawl up this way.
Yeah, as you're walking over there, like as I mentioned before, for the most part, the phantasmals here are sitting largely stoically, but every now and then the Aarakocra will hop up, fly around above for a second until Kilthak stares, and then he goes back down and sits properly. You're getting the impression that they've been given some direction not to wander.
Yes, I will crawl up the Sorty first. Be like, Sorty.
Hi, Aiden. Didn't see you come in.
Yeah, I got here earlier.
Oh, you always were the fast one.
Oh yeah, definitely. Got a head start. I heard you're changing your name.
Thinking about it. I wasn't aware it was an option, but I might give something a try.
When you do, you gotta tell me, okay?
Of course, I'll tell everyone. I'll get one of those name badges that says, hello, my name is, and then it will say my name.
Whoa, those sound fancy.
I know, I heard about them earlier.
Wait, who told you about them?
Nina mentioned that was how people sometimes learn other people's names.
Oh, shoot, I want one of those. I'll have to ask Nina about them. We'll get, like, a whole bunch for the entire tribe.
That seemed like an interesting way for everyone to learn each other's names if they don't know them.
Yeah.
Or if they want new names, it will be helpful.
I like that idea.
Are you going to stay Aiden, or do you want a new name too?
Oh, no, I do like my name. I'm keeping that. That was given to me.
That's a good name.
Yeah. It means a lot to me. So,
That's good.
I also heard you're a fan of Penelope's.
Oh, yeah, I really like her music about the establishment and the end of it.
Oh, yeah. I got to listen to it live.
What? Did she perform for you?
She performed at this place called a clock tower, and there was a bunch of people and lights, like these flying lights came out. It was crazy.
You went to clock tower?
I was I was totally. You don't know this, Sorty. This stays between us. I looked like a person with two legs, like a human, or I was a human. See, there's this other bard named Vivi, and she can turn people into things, and I got her help so I could blend in.
Oh wow, she turned you into a human.
Yeah, she can also turn things into
Did you fall over with less legs?
Oh, it was actually really hard to stand for a moment. Like, I had to rebalance myself. I don't think I liked it. Like, I felt like, I don't know. I mean, there was a lot less weight.
I can't even imagine what it would be like without my shell.
Yeah, it was really weird. I turned around and I couldn't see my butt.
I've never seen my butt.
You know, that's fair. It's inside the shell, isn't it?
I mean, you know, it works out.
Yeah, it's very protected.
I like it. It's what I'm used to. It works out well for me.
Yeah. So, I got this cool shirt I gotta show you later that's got Penelope on it.
Like, is it a picture of her, or is it her name? Is it like a name tag?
It's got her on it, and then the name, and it's like really cool because you could wear it to like her performances to show that you care, and we gotta get you one too.
I don't think I can wear a shirt.
We'll make it work. I got all this thread and this and needles. We can patch one up.
Okay,
We can
but
wear them
I don't
together
want to
at her
go to
next
Clock
show.
Tower. I don't think that's a good idea.
Oh, I don't think the next one's gonna be there. Maybe we can ask her to have one at our place.
That might be interesting.
Yeah. But yeah, she's really cool. And Annis is really cool too. And I hope you get to meet her as well. She's thrown a man into another man. The
Like on
craziest thing
purpose?
ever. Yeah.
Huh.
She's really strong.
Do you think they liked that happening, or do you think they weren't as happy?
I don't think they were happy, but honestly, who cares? That's so cool.
I mean, it sounds like a mean thing to do to a man. And the other man.
So for context, it seemed like they were trying to hurt them, so,
Oh,
it's
well,
kind of
in
like
that case,
self-defense.
sometimes you have to throw a man into another man.
Yeah, in that case, it was great. I mean, also, I just think it'd be really awesome anyways, but,
It does sound pretty neat.
Yeah. But I'm gonna run up to Kilthak for a few, but I was really happy to see you. I didn't think everybody was coming.
Yeah, they told us last night that they were gonna come to this. I didn't know that we were gonna be invited, but apparently it was supposed to be a surprise.
Well, that's great. Just like deadpan face. Last night. Just makes eye contact with Nina and Kilthak.
They're not looking at you.
Good, because he's gonna walk over there later. Yeah, that's a surprise. That's a surprise. Well, I'm glad you're
usually
here.
Invited to these things, but it was nice to be included for a change.
Yeah, I know. You know. I know. We all know. But yeah, we'll catch up later. I'll see you around. It's not like we don't live in the same area.
It's true.
It's true. We can get some food later and stuff after this is over. I want to go talk to Kilthak for a second, because that's good to know.
Go have
Stay
fun.
back, Sorty. Thank you.
So you're just walking over directly in front of all of them?
Just casually. Look, this is his family. He'll do what the frick he wants.
Yeah, so walking over, you can hear the half-orcs are kind of just leaning sort of in and gossiping to one another about how they're pretty confident that those paladins up there are pretty strong, but they're trying to guess how much the really big paladin guy could lift.
Okay, yeah, he stops right there, and he'll, like, casually as he walks by, he's like, oh, he could totally lift me, and then continues on.
They're like, huh. How does he know that? I don't know, but I'm not surprised. Yep, and so then, yeah, you go by Nina and Kilthak, who are having their own conversation as you walk up.
Oh, cool. So, why didn't you tell him ahead of time that, you plan to bring everyone here?
Are you saying that specifically to Kilthak?
I think to both of them. Because Nina's always at these meetings, too, yeah.
Yeah, Nina's usually the representative of your lot here. And you'll note that she is currently in her normal appearance.
And, wait, in this one that's the icon, or is she
the one
actually
that's in the icon, yeah.
Okay. I was like, she changed her hair up? Question mark.
No.
I re-put them braids back in.
It was always the plan that we were going to bring in a variety for this. We just weren't going to tell people with too much notice because we wanted to keep the surprise. The surprise sort of went away yesterday, so we adjusted accordingly.
You knew for 10 years that I have been trying to come here, and it didn't just cross your mind to go, oh, hey, we're actually going? Like, I feel like that would have solved a ton of your problems. Stares at them both.
We weren't invited until this one.
I mean, I'm sure there was still a heads-up notice besides yesterday.
No, we've known.
Unless they...
We were invited recently, but the plan was to tell everyone that we were coming yesterday. That became a bit moot when you started parading around.
Oh, when I started parading around. I'm sorry, not when all the shit happened, because they apparently ignore their people and they make deals with people who are Einosh, and cause havoc here.
And
So I'm sure that changed plans.
Who made deals with Einosh?
Unknowing, innocent druids. Which is why I'm, you know, there's a lot to say at this meeting.
How well do you know the druid who did that?
Well, you see, I met him the other day, but apparently no one else really pays attention to him.
You met him the other day. How long have you been sneaking out?
Well, you see, you didn't actually tell. It looks over at Nina. You didn't tell
Nina didn't tell him shit. You outed yourself.
Well, yeah, no, I thought, okay. Well, you see, I was coming to this meeting, so obviously I came here the other day. That's how I frickin' knew Kilthak, because I had followed and I saw these seeds were being planted, and I confronted about them, and he thought they were the seeds of life. They were not, in fact, the seeds of life.
You met this druid yesterday.
Yes.
And he tried to kill, or whatever he was trying to do, yesterday. And you ascertained everything about his innocence in a few hours.
Because I was also able to find out that Einosh was within him. Which apparently no one else had been able to do. I'm just throwing that out there.
Trying to follow your point here, if you've evaluated this person so fully in a few hours.
Apparently, again, still better than all the druids here that have seen him how many times for how many meetings? Question mark?
Is that directed at him or at Nina?
It's all the druids, honestly. It's all the druids that have been in these meetings, because Kilthak wasn't here, so he's not going to put that on him. So, my point stands, is that yesterday could have been a lot worse, but my friends and I made sure that it wasn't, alright? So give us credit for that.
No, you did a good service.
Thank you, Nina. I appreciate that.
It's true, you did successfully thwart what could have been a great tragedy. I'm not faulting you for that. Whether or not you should have been here is a different discussion, but you did good within your breaking of our rules. Quite frankly, I knew that you would eventually decide you were going to do something else. Of course you would.
I mean, you've caught me like every other time. Of course I am. This isn't gonna stop.
You're bound to eventually get by me.
Exactly.
A part of me is proud of you.
Oh, thank you.
But another part of me wants to make sure you understand that we have these rules for reasons.
And I'm just gonna point out that they're dumb, and they needed to be broken.
And what if someone followed you back?
From the Elven
village? What do you think happens to us?
Well, first of all, if we were in a situation where I was followed back, I would knock him out, and then, you know, use the forget-me-not stick.
You are so powerful as to be able to do that, no matter what.
I mean, usually my first tactic is talking to a person, asking why they followed back. But if the forget-me-not stick...
No one has ever hurt you for doing that.
No, talking actually works pretty well.
How many Dragonborn have you seen?
Let's see. There's you. Actually, is the what? No, he's out of character. lawyer is dragonborn or tiefling?
Tiefling.
Tiefling? Oh, okay, then never mind. He's dragon related. I just couldn't remember.
Yeah, he's something else, but yeah, he's not a dragonborn.
Yeah, yeah. Honestly, just you.
There were once more. There were also once more of your kind.
Oh yeah,
and once more of many of these here. And over time, they were hunted. It's part of why we hide together.
You know what's also killed us a lot? Not being allowed out and watching all of the mana drain. I feel like that's done more damage at this point than anything else.
Is that truly your understanding of the world?
My understanding is it's no matter what group, there's going to be fighting. There have been fights between our own kind. Their kind within themselves, us being hunted, but we couldn't even go to other tribes that are literally full of other phantasmal species. That is my problem here. How is it that I have to sneak into a place that is full of half-elves and elves? This is a phantasmal area. Please, make it make sense.
So the only places you've been sneaking are into here.
Is he eyeballing me?
He is?
Oh, yeah. All right, fine. No, it's not the only place. I know you're trying to read me. Screw it. Yes, I've been outside the forest.
So you've been walking in the world of the people that hunt us. And you've been returning every night. And you've never been followed.
No. And on some occasions, I even had help getting places with portals. I also go as a horse. I don't just go parading around as a centaur, for obvious reasons.
So you pretend to be a horse?
Yes.
Is it a convincing disguise?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, it's actually very convincing. I kind of scared Penelope and Annis when I, first showed up.
Where did you first meet them?
Well, you see, I was actually going, to meet, Annis, because she's the granddaughter of, oh god, Alder.
Alder?
Yeah. Because there was some potion-related stuff I wanted information about, and so he had his shop, so I was gonna go get that info, because we're low on supplies, and we need things, and, mana's
so you went
short.
to London.
It's not far away.
So you went to the seat of the clock tower in the Mages Association.
No, I went to the town,
the people that use us to make their spells work.
I went to the phantasmal area, where Annis lives. But also, yes, I did break into Clock Tower.
Or did you walk through? Oh, you broke into Clock Tower.
Yeah, I stole some of their stuff.
And there were no
consequences. But it wasn't by myself. No, they had no idea. They thought it was an old lady.
A horse took it.
Actually, an old lady and her boy toy took it.
At this point, Nina is facepalming.
Don't facepalm me. Valuable information has been gotten, along with the fact that also was learned it was the home base for Einosh and, things that he was making. Look.
Well, it sounds like you're having quite the adventure in the outside world.
More like I'm gathering information that nobody else is gathering.
No one else is gathering this information.
I mean, Nina's gathering information, but that's just one person.
And you think she's the only person who gathers information?
Well, obviously, these people aren't doing anything. I say that, looking at Scribe. Glares. How long have they listened to this guy? They literally left us and are doing nothing. And yeah, sure, you've got Nathaniel on your side. Okay. But majority of this group, first of all, they only let druids in, so they're not giving this information to anyone else. You weren't giving me information. If you just talked to me, maybe we wouldn't be having these problems, but you left me in the dark on everything. Did you just think I was going to sit here when all that's going on is, oh, yeah, no, you can't go. It's a druid meeting. But our world is collapsing in on us. Like, who thinks in their right mind I'm going to sit still and not do anything?
So your argument is that you're not patient and should be given more freedoms.
If you take not patient when I've spent a chunk of my life trying to get anything out of you, you know how short-lived we are. That should be considered patience. Throwing that out there. Maybe not all of us live as long as you, Kilthak.
Well, it sounds to me like you've decided that your place is in the outside world.
Oh, I didn't say it's in the outside world. It's... You are taking the wrong thing out of this. I don't want to live in the outside world. I want to fix it so our world can thrive all together. I'm tired of seeing our people die. And I'm tired of nothing being done.
You're going to go into it time and again, and you're going to risk bringing it back time and again.
Do you just want to sit inside and not do anything, even if the answer is out there? Because obviously it's not within our place.
And what answers have you found? You've
Some
heard
of them,
the five of them speak. What do you think? Tell me. I'm open to hearing your perspective.
You know what? I don't want to have this speech twice. I will give it to them, because they're all going to hear what I have to say. And you can listen in too.
And you think they will listen to you?
Well, they'll be idiots if they don't. Because it's not just me saying it. There are plenty others that feel the same way.
Well, then I guess we'll see where that goes.
All right. I'm glad we had this talk. Nina, I love you.
I love you too, Aiden.
He gives her a hug.
Yeah, she hugs you back, and when she's hugging, she whispers to you, "He means well. This is just a lot."
When he whispers back to her, "This wasn't how I planned to have this conversation go. I just was going to ask his opinion about who he felt obviously centered to. Probably Nathaniel. You know, Nathaniel's speaking out for us, but I just... Thank you for everything you do. I know you're not at fault. I'm frustrated. He's frustrated.
If you feel any better, I don't think he's looking for Nathaniel.
Really? Does he actually have some hope with Felix? Or is
Think
he
back to the
about
last
other
time you
side?
saw me.
Last time I saw you was at Annis's door. Or on the patio.
No, you saw her after that.
Oh yeah, Margaret's. Okay, yeah, so it would be... Look, is that not your house? Or is that Margaret's house? Do you have a thing going on with Margaret?
No.
Do you know? Oh, okay,
No.
okay.
I don't know.
Well, she said it was her house too.
She considers
Yeah,
the entire town her house.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Alright, well that does confirm that he's thinking about the other side. I mean, like, I'm sure he'd be fine, but... I worry about you.
We'll talk later.
Yeah.
We'll have to talk later about that. But
yeah.
Please don't do anything that's going to get you turned into a frog.
I mean, at worst, I'll be a cow for a day.
That's the spirit.
Or small. Yeah. And he just hugs her tighter. And he
Just
pulls
don't get turned
back.
into a stone. I don't know how to fix that.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, that's not the plan. And he just trots back.
Yeah.
Penelope. Yeah.
I forgot I was muted. Huh?
Could probably see them getting very heated over there. He probably wasn't very quiet about that. Like, normal, not yelling, but very visibly heated.
Yeah. You okay there, Aiden?
Just, not seeing eye to eye as always.
Mm.
I think Kilthak is of the mindset that the best answer is just going to the other side with Margaret's party. Which
I mean,
is not a good idea. Some of them can, yes, but there are many others that can't. They'd fall into your situation where they would be drowning. So, that concerns me. They're my family.
Yeah. Well, maybe we can change his mind.
Yeah, how did talking to the paladins go for you and Annis?
Well, Montgomery still is very Montgomery. And we really only got to meet one of them, but she was really nice.
Okay. Are you ready to interrogate people?
I mean, I guess I have to do a little preparation before intermission is over, but
oh yeah, me too. I talked to Lucretia for a bit, and she seems more along Maranth's following. So as always, people are picking one or the other.
Weird that it's interesting that she'd pick Maranth.
She said that it kind of follows along the lines of politics she already does. She thinks it'd be the most peaceful, which I'm gonna be honest, I have my doubts about. Maranth came off as a little, very human blamey, and sounded like she's very willing to, have casualties if something doesn't align to what she likes, and that's a no-go for me.
Yeah. It's a little uncomfy.
Politics.
Yeah.
Johnny's sort of leaning in over that. In my experience, the people that, Lucretia over here belongs to are all about playing games. So I could see that applying to her.
You would know that. Yep.
Felix, I have questions for. Are we allowed to talk to them while intermission's going, or is it just afterwards?
It's just afterwards. Tariel made that very clear. I mean, I suppose nothing could stop you from yelling questions at them from a distance, but
I know we're gonna have question time for like all of them, but no, giving some, like, he's not Einosh, but he's giving me just these weird feelings I just want to address with him.
I'm also getting some weird feelings from him, but I think it's for a different reason.
What kind of vibes are you getting?
I want to know how he got that fucking phone.
Oh, I mean, didn't you show me phones? Can't you get all those?
Get that one.
Why not?
I haven't been able to find one.
Maybe he's got like a really good phone dealer.
Ooh.
Yeah, you should totally ask him about that.
Ugh. But also, people don't like to sell people my height phones like that.
Well, I mean, I'm tall. I could go walk over there and ask where he got it.
No, I mean, like, people don't like to sell phones to people that they think are children.
Well, hear me out. Why don't you, you and Johnny go together and pretend that Johnny's getting the phone.
I mean, I'd rather just be able to buy the phone myself, you know?
I mean, that's a whole move, but I wasn't sure how quick we're trying to get this phone.
Necessarily a quickness thing. It's more of a jealousy thing, to be honest.
Okay. I know, I completely understand that. We should get those rules changed too. Anyone of any height can buy a phone.
Now, that being said, she looks over at Johnny. If you do want to go phone shopping with me at some point, I'm not going to tell you no.
Just the one contact, Penelope, in the phone, speed dial, emergency contact.
I mean, I'm not opposed to going shopping after all this is over, honestly. Kind of miss doing something normal, like going shopping the other day was really nice.
Yeah.
It's kind of a fun downtime thing.
For real.
Besides, after all this is over, as long as we're not getting turned into rocks or whatever, I think it'd be nice to take a break.
For real.
I'm a mood.
It's like I keep telling Jameson I'm going to take a break, and have I? No.
You do seem to be pretty busy all the time.
Yeah. Where's Annis?
She's over there, and points over at Annis where she is by Alder and Lucretia.
Yeah.
She's hanging out with the family and the lady. Like that lady, specifically, the spooky one.
That specifically. Not this lady, just pulls out the bowl. I'm joking.
Oh my god.
No, that would be fucking hilarious. But I'm not going to do that.
What's Annis up to?
Annis is targeting someone from across the world.
I still don't understand. Apparently, I just.
You need to know that he's 120 feet away.
Yeah, I must know that he's 120 feet away at all times.
So violent.
Just checking in with Alder and the fam and Lucretia, seeing what they thought about. Yeah, all that.
Okay, I cleared your targets now.
Yay! But how will I know how far away Felix is?
You're going to have to draw a line again. But yeah, you're over with the family.
Yeah, I guess I'll just check in and see what they thought about all of that.
I know you're shocked, but I told him to not say all of that.
Almost like Scribe doesn't listen to other people.
It's true. I once cast silence on his home, and he didn't notice for several hours. It was a nice day.
Yeah, Scribe aside, what did you all think of the other factions?
I think they're, as usual, a bunch of people who've come up with ideas that either can't be done or shouldn't be done.
Yeah.
I don't really have a solution, but I don't think they're going to find it doing this. I don't think there's anything to be won by trying to manipulate the greater mage world. It's a bit out of our depth, and quite frankly, anything to draw their ire is just going to make life harder. As is, we're trying to stay under the radar in a very small part of their backyard. As far as the others are concerned, I think bringing mystery back to the world is a fun idea, but as someone who remembers at least a little bit of it, for every perk that we get for more mana, there's a monster hiding in the shadows. So it's hit or miss. Things have been a bit more stable in one sense, but the decline is definitely there. Meanwhile, over with your mom. Honestly, I feel like this is one of those situations where I couldn't see myself leaving and I couldn't see myself doing nothing, but the options that I have are a bit limited, so certainly open to seeing what they actually want to do, but I kind of agree with Father. I don't think there's a lot here that we can act on at the moment, but when they start providing specifics, we might at least decide what we can try to do. What about you, Annis? Have you got any thoughts on this?
I think that none of them can actually do anything just by themselves, and they've all got to work together. But who knows if they can work together?
I don't think they're going to follow that kid.
No, definitely not. But he's probably the one that has the best idea. Just no one's going to take him seriously.
I think his problem is a combination of the fact that this is a group of people that value seniority and the fact that he represents a group of people that gain power in numbers. So it's not exactly subtle what he's trying to gain here.
It's also proposing that we all work together with, the likes of the church and the Mages Association and people that don't like us and that we don't like. And I don't know that we're going to be able to convince people to do that.
Not
Unfortunately.
within their knowledge, no. That's kind of where the secrets come in, isn't it?
But I think there's pros and cons to all of them.
Yeah, so Lucretia says that, it would be easier to trick them than to win them over, and Alder's chiming in that, like, good luck keeping a secret with this crowd.
Right. Yeah, I think there's definite pros and cons to all of them. Just some have more pros and some have more cons. And then there's Scribe, which is all cons.
He's a bit of a challenging character because, honestly, I think he's not wrong in the sense that doing anything hasty could be very dangerous, but doing nothing is a slow death. And I'm afraid that he has personally survived too many things that looked like certain destruction to see that. Or if he does see it, he might just think that a slow death is the most time we're going to get if he doesn't see anything that could actually save us happening. I think a lot of people think he's an optimist because he thinks the problems are going to go away, but personally, having known him, I think that he's a pessimist and he thinks that we're all on borrowed time and that this is what gets the most of it.
Nothing is going to happen if we don't do anything. But I do agree that we shouldn't do anything without at least thinking about it.
I think if we want to see someone actually try to unify any of these groups, I don't think you could get all of them. I don't see a scenario where the church works with most of these groups and the mages can't even get themselves all on the same page. But I think a sufficiently trustworthy leader could probably gather some resources, at least from the younger and less senior people, with something to gain from making such connections. But the further up the various ladders you go, the more powerful the things that don't like disruption are going to dwell. And with that, he does sort of eyeball Lucretia. And so it's just something to keep in mind. I don't know what the answer is. I don't think we're going to get anything decided here today. But I do think it's important for people to at least be thinking about this, because eventually someone's going to ask them to do something, and they're too slow a body to make any decisions without this kind of thing in the first place.
We just need to get as many of the facts out as we can so that everyone can at least make an informed decision. Maybe we'll change some people's minds, maybe we won't. But
Are you entering into politics, Annis?
I don't want to. But I have had the opportunity to kind of make alliances with some people I would have never thought I could have. So I think at least it's worth I think it's worth trying, at least. I'm not just gonna go back to my potion shop and sit around waiting for the world to end, that's for sure.
I certainly don't blame you there. I enjoy the potion shop, but even just a short time away from it has reminded me of the world I've been avoiding.
Well, you can't have it back. It's mine now, old man.
Oh, I wouldn't dream of fighting you for it. It's where Ignatius hangs his hat, so to speak.
That's true.
That all said, I do think that, as loath as I am to admit it, I think that her plan tilts his head towards Lucretia. Might buy us a bit of time if it can at least solve the problem of the Monolith. So hopefully at least that will be taken off the table and we can come up with something a bit more reasoned and sustainable going forward.
Yeah, the first step to fixing anything is to stop the bleeding. That metaphor really just got away from me.
It's definitely a necessary step here. I, for one, would rather not fight any more giant poultry breaking through.
Yes.
It's a bit exhausting, if I'm being honest, and quite frankly, we have enough problems of our own without theirs wandering in.
Yes, for sure. And I'm sure that all of the giant poultry and, other things on the other side probably don't want to have a vacation in our world as much as we don't want them here.
Honestly,
It's in everyone's best interest to fix this.
I'm as much concerned about that as I am about people from this side going over there. It's a miserable way to go, I imagine.
Yeah, that's true. I hadn't ever even considered that.
I mean, love them or hate them, humans get curious and they poke their heads into stuff, and I wouldn't be surprised if at least a few of them haven't seen a big glowy thing and decided to jump in.
That's true. Yeah, it's in everyone's best interest to fix this as quickly as we can.
Well, hopefully her solution will come through.
It seems like probably the best shot we've got.
I certainly think so. Of course you would. What? I'm just telling the truth.
Well, we know that sitting around doing nothing isn't going to fix anything, and running away isn't going to fix anything. Hopefully everyone will realize that we have to cooperate, because no one is just going to fix it on their own. Otherwise, it would have already been fixed.
That's certainly true. Though, again, if it's impossible for everyone to cooperate, it might be a good idea to at least find the ones who will and get them enough of a voice that the others have to listen. And maybe that's just what the kid's trying to do.
Luckily I do know someone that's good at getting the word out. Has a bit of a following with the younger crowd.
Could be a start. Just be careful with the politics. It is the kind of thing that tends to result in boons and bodies.
As soon as I cannot be doing politics, better believe I won't be. I hate politics.
I hear that. Try to be a dear, honey. Just in general, try to be careful. Don't let them drag you down. It's a dark place.
Oh, I thought you were literally telling me to turn into a deer.
I know it is fully within your abilities. You make an amazing deer. Might scare your boyfriend, though.
I don't know. I think he probably wouldn't be surprised by literally anything at this point.
Really?
Oh, I've picked up a dude and thrown him at another guy. I've made
Hold on, I need to test this theory. She turns around and looks directly at Derek, who's been like kind of sitting here politely trying not to look immature. And she goes, Derek, darling? Yes. And then she turns into a moose. And he goes, ah! And then she turns back into herself. Nope, he's still got some room to grow, but you're working on it. Good job, kid, good job.
I'm gonna go sit down. It's probably about over intermission anyway. Are you two having fun?
Mom just turned into a moose.
That is pretty fun.
Yeah, she did. I don't know, this has been kind of boring, but it's good to be included.
Yeah, they're all kind of like this. This might be the most exciting one. It's a lot of scribe talking a lot of the time.
So what do you think the deal is with that angel boy?
You know, I don't know, but I'm curious to find out what is going on there. Curious to find out about most of them, except Scribe. We all know what his deal is. He doesn't need to talk anymore.
Do you think his wings have mites in them?
Whether or not they do, remember, it is rude to ask that. You can't just ask people if they have bugs.
But how else will I find out?
Maybe you don't need to know.
Doesn't sound very fun. Oh,
well,
I guess they're his mites if he has them.
What? Sorry, I missed that.
I guess they're his mites if he chooses to share them with the world.
I suppose.
Still, I wonder if they're like tiny little angel mites.
You know, if you get the chance, why not ask him? Because I'm curious now, too.
Like, in her mind, she's essentially thinking of a Shedinja. The little halo.
That is the cutest mental image I'm done.
Oh, you don't think she already has an ant farm? Or doesn't already have an ant farm?
She's pretty happy with her life.
I'm glad you're not bored, at least.
Okay, so, like, be real with me. Is the moose thing a good thing or a bad thing? I don't understand your mom.
You know, she's been my mom my whole life, and I don't understand her either. No, I think she was.
Is that where your little sister gets the whole, like, prankster thing from?
You know, probably, yeah. Honestly, she gets it from both my mom and her dad, so...
I guess that'll keep it interesting.
No, I'm pretty sure, because I said that at this point I don't think I could do anything that would surprise you, and I think she decided to test that.
I mean,
by turning into a moose.
Yeah, that's all part of the game, I guess.
Pretty surprising.
So Anna's gonna ask why your mom just turned into a moose. But it was pretty cool.
I don't really... I mean, I understand, but she just does things that surprise me sometimes. Just for fun.
Ugh.
I mean, when you can turn into a moose, you're gonna turn into a moose.
That's true.
I mean, it is important to have options.
And now I'm like, can Annis turn into a moose? I don't think she can. I think it's too big.
I don't know.
Well, if she can't, we're all looking forward to the day that she can.
Well, she can turn into a warhorse, so...
I think she could turn into a moose.
Moose wouldn't be... Now, where did Angelica see a moose? Because those are not indigenous to Great Britain.
No, she's just had a lot of adventures.
That's fair.
Did she go to Canada?
Possibly. Or she's just seen another druid turn into a moose.
Or she's been to a zoo.
You know... I don't know where I was going with that.
So the intermission's probably about over.
Yeah. I think we're probably at the decent pausing point for the intermission part before we start into the next batch of that.
I was just like, before the intermission ends, can I go ahead and do my prep work, so to speak?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you both had prep work, right?
Oh, I'm almost done typing. I am on a rampage.
Oh, geez.
Are you typing up what your thing is going to be?
Pretty much to keep it so I don't lose all of my thoughts. Yes. It's
fair enough.
It's a mouthful.
Yeah. Probably better to save that for later then. I would not want to cut you off in the middle of that.
Hey, yo.
Quick, let's do truth or dare real fast.
No!
But yeah. Lady time. Lady time.
I mean, not with Aiden, like, right there.
Oh. Oh.
Uncomfortably close horse.
Do you want some guidance?
Oh, jeez.
Force intensifies.
I mean, I'm just saying, a D4 is always nice.
I won't say no to some guidance, but
you
first...
have to let them know what you're doing.
Hold on. She's gonna reach over and tap Annis on the shoulder.
Yes?
Hey, Annis, is there a body of water nearby that isn't, like, super far away?
Hey, DM, is there a body of water nearby that's not super far away?
Not super far away.
There's not one on the map. Otherwise, we would have not had the problem of...
I mean, someone has create water.
Being on fire. What?
We can just dig a hole real quick and then put some water in there.
I mean, honestly, that's... it's a lot of effort.
Yeah, sure, there's one that's not too far away.
What direction?
Annis will point in the direction that it is.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Okay. Oh, well. It was worth a shot. And then... she's gonna be like...
it's up to you. You have the ability to create a lot of it.
Who does? Oh, I do.
I think I might have packed that today, too.
I forgot that that's literally what the bottle can do now. Jesus Christ. I'm intelligent.
Probably as much as you need for your purposes.
I'm incredibly intelligent.
Well, do you need water? Because I can make water.
Yeah, I can too now. And she like holds up the bottle and shakes it. But I don't want to use the bowl. Like, I need like a bucket maybe? Or I would love it if I could have just like a big basin or something.
Well, I don't think I have that, but I might have something in my bag. Yeah, the best I can do is a potion bottle.
Oh. Well, damn, I wanted this to be really dramatic, but that's not going to happen.
Nope. Were you just trying to get, like, maximum water?
Yeah. Or at least as much water as would be possible for her to, like, be, like, not 2 inches tall in a bowl.
Right. You're welcome to ask around.
Okay. That's what I'm gonna do. Well,
like
before I start... Huh?
Who would you like to ask?
Well, since Aiden is literally, like, right there, and... I don't imagine that he's actually, like, breathing down my neck, but I kind of imagine it with how close the icon is.
Yeah, sorry, it's just the only way I kind of have.
Oh, no, like, I know, it's just a really funny mental image, just like... It's like, Aiden, can you give me some air? Yeah, Aiden, do you have, like, a bucket or a basin or something I could borrow?
I've got this flask of holy water. It's like...
Too small.
Oh, let me see what else I got.
While he's looking, just gonna ask Nora.
Unless you want to shove it into the horse head.
No. No.
It's back at town anyways. Hey, yo.
It's like, absolutely not. Okay, well, I tried. And she's just gonna openly ask the crew, the collection of tokens and friends over here.
Oh, yeah, I guess, would a water skin be too small, too?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought, okay.
Does anybody have, like, a basin or a bucket or something I could borrow?
I've probably got a little soup pot type thing.
Ooh, okay, now we're talking.
Can we say that I probably have that in
That's
the
fair. Yeah.
Bag? Yeah,
pretty
for
normal item to have.
Potioning.
Okay. So there's that's a little bigger.
What are you trying to do exactly?
I have a friend who wants to be here at the meeting, and she can't really be here in person, so I'm going to make it so that she can show up via water.
All right. How much water do you need?
Well, I mean, it's not the water that I need necessarily. It's more like the space that the water is in.
Ah. So like you need a container, not like an elemental or something.
Yeah. And she holds up the bowl she usually uses and is like, this is what I usually use, and it's fine and it works perfectly well. But she appears like yay tall when she's in here and like gestures how big the lady usually appears in the bowl.
I could see that being a scaling problem.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. I could probably go get something from my house if you want. It's not that far away.
Oh, how far is it?
It's right near the entrance.
Oh, that's really close. Damn. Sure. I mean, I can come with you to help carry it if you want.
I don't think it'll be too big of an issue. It's just a matter of knowing what you need. You just need something big?
Yeah.
All right, I'll go get something.
Okay.
So she hops up and she runs off for a moment, and later she comes back. And when she comes back, what she has is kind of like a... I don't know the real word for them. So, like, if you want to think back to every time you watched an old cartoon and you had someone hide in a ridiculously oversized, like, jar, like a giant pot or something.
Like the giant vases?
Yeah, like that, but like I'm specifically thinking of when they appeared in old Popeye cartoons.
Yeah.
The kinds of things where like someone stabs the sword through it like 6 times and somehow misses the cartoon character every time.
The barrels?
It's like a barrel. I don't know. Like I'll find a picture of it later just to clarify that I'm not crazy. But suffice it to say, yeah, she brings back a giant container. Like you could put Penelope in it, but it's like it's not incredibly heavy. It's like it's the kind of pot that Link would throw. How's that? Yeah, like a big clay pot. So she brings that back. How does this work?
That should be fine.
It's big enough to sit in one of the chairs.
Cool. So Penelope is gonna. Does Penelope see any chairs other than the one she was just sitting in that are empty?
Yeah, this whole area that you're in right here is pretty much accurate. Like most of the side stuff was filled in, but the bit over there with the phantasmals and yours are pretty empty.
Okay.
So you've got access to this whole bottom center section if you wish to place her somewhere.
Cool. She's gonna go up front.
Okay.
And sit right there.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? That's gonna be a thing anyway. It doesn't matter. Actually, hold on. She's gonna. Damn it, Lucretia! Why'd you set up front? Fuck.
I had to talk to Alder.
Go. Before she goes up there, she's gonna be like, Johnny, I'm gonna go take this up front and sit with it. If you don't want to sit nearby, considering who is also sitting over there, I totally understand.
No, if you're going over there, I'm going over there.
Okay, cool. That's where she's going. So, all right, she's gonna sit right there.
So, like, are you putting it in the middle spot or in front of you?
In front.
Okay. So, yeah, she will sit in the middle.
Okay.
And so you're placing it there, and you're going to do your ritual?
Yeah.
Okay.
With the new and improved sparkly water bottle.
It's true. All right. Give us your Arcana check with advantage.
Okie dokie. Oh, fuck.
Advantage, yeah. All right. Well, in that case...
Go, Penelope, go!
There you go. You've successfully connected.
I did it!
And she's popping up right in front of you. And when she does, you see the phantasmal contingent to your right, like, stare at it.
Oh, yeah, they are gonna be like, yo, dog.
What's
up with that?
I'm
by myself over here. I gotta go up here. Boop.
Do what?
So it does take the shape in because you got a sufficiently large pot to do this with. She's actually kind of Penelope sized.
Same height.
Oh, we're samesies. Well, it's been a while since I've seen this place.
Twinsies.
She looks around for a moment. Lucretia is it now, is it? That's correct. You look good. Keep it up. Looks around a bit more. There's a lot of people here. I only recognize some of them. Oh. You can't really make out the details of it, but from the way that she's leaning forward, you get the impression that she's probably squinting at the crowd that's a little further in. Is that? That looks like that's definitely some of my sister's troops up there, is it not?
Yeah, it's the paladins.
They seem to be doing pretty well for themselves.
Yeah. Do you want to get closer?
No, I think I'm good right here, actually.
Okay.
I don't want to step on her toes, so to speak. And I can see everything well enough from here, not a problem.
Okay.
Are things going well for you? Is everything okay?
I mean, they are now.
Good enough, then. Guess we'll have to see where this goes next.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought you'd appreciate being here.
It's admittedly something that I usually only hear about secondhand, so this is a nice one for me.
Oh, and I guess this counts as and she just looks over at Johnny. She's like, I guess this counts as the next time I was talking to her, huh?
Yeah. Does indeed. It's a pleasure to see you, Miss of the Lake. It's a pleasure to meet you as well, Miss Madcap? Madcap, yes. I did remember that. Good me. It's a pleasure to meet all of you. Oh, wait. Is that Scribe? Okay.
Oh, no, you know Scribe?
I remember him.
Oh, no.
Has he gotten any faster?
Nope.
Oh, no, but he's gotten older.
Yep.
Well, guess we're in here for the long haul.
Oh, wait. Hold on. And she turns to Aiden. Have you met yet?
Kind of looks over, shakes his head no.
And she's like, this is my lady.
Hi, Miss Lady.
And this is Aiden. And she points at Aiden.
Hello, Aiden. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Pleasure to meet you too. And he goes to like hold his hand out to shake her hand, and he just looks down at the water, and he looks back at her, and he just like.
I appreciate the sentiment.
And he just pulls.
I'll tell you what, and she does a polite, like, curtsy in her watery shape.
Oh yeah, he
might be a bit less wet for you.
Bow back. Water doesn't bother me.
No, but I'd really hate to interfere with the fine work you've done with your.
Oh, it's waterproof.
Ceremony.
It's stained on here.
Stained on. Oh, well, definitely would. You're committed today, aren't you?
No, yeah, no worries. It'll last for at least a few days. And he just
Fair
puts
enough.
his hand back out if that was the concern.
I'll see what I can do. And so she extends a hand to you. It's very shaky, and she sort of puts it up in your hand, and like there's nothing really to grip, but your hand is now moist.
Yeah.
Gross.
Look, etiquette, yo. Don't matter what kind of species or form you take. Politeness.
The formalities of proper decorum are always appreciated.
So Penelope has this look on her face like she just had an epiphany. And she's like, oh my god, can I try something? Oh my god. And she's gonna like, huh?
She's gonna bounce off that water.
No. She's gonna hold up her hand for like a high five.
I'm gonna roll for the lady to see if she understands this.
I like how you thought of that too.
She holds one of her hands up the same. Are we saluting?
No. It's a high five. Here, Johnny, help me demonstrate. And she like goes to high five Johnny.
Johnny successfully high fives you. We're not rolling for that. She's putting all of her motivation into this. And the lady says, a friendly slapping, I understand. And then she gives you a high five. This is not some kind of deal, is it?
Yes, you are now my warlock. What now?
Your comedy is noted.
I mean, we do have to talk seriously about that later, but, you know, this is not the time nor place.
It's probably not the best location for such deals now.
No.
That is.
What?
Oof, that perception.
Oh, I just realized.
Annis did not hear that, though. Yeah, Annis still doesn't know.
Nope.
I know.
And
Aiden doesn't know either.
Wait, what?
Aiden doesn't know either.
No, what?
Exactly.
Nothing.
Why? I want a perception roll too.
Do
For
it.
myself, the person.
Do it.
I'm
Roll
gonna.
with your human ability scores.
Oh my
What?
god.
My human ability scores.
And
Why?
you know what?
I'm not a human.
I want Lucretia to roll perception on that too.
Oh jeez.
Because
Why would you
Lucretia
do it?
didn't. Because Lucretia doesn't know. She doesn't know what what the deal is.
That's true. All right.
Oh, you playing the warlock thing? Oh.
Uh-huh.
Perception!
All right. She's rolled.
14.
Ugh.
I mean, you heard it. Whether or not you parsed what that
Right.
meant is up to you.
I mean, he just knows that, like, he just thinks of it as, like, you know, with his god, and she's kind of the same way. He doesn't question it. She just serves her. That's just kind of the whole thing, you know?
You
Hey,
do what you
Penelope,
gotta do.
Yeah, Penelope, I don't think you, I mean, I don't know, is your god humorous? I don't know most gods would take to you being like, you serve me now. Unless she's really funny.
She's got a sense of humor, trust me.
Oh, okay.
She wouldn't have been able to put up with me and Vivi for very long if she didn't.
You know what? You said Vivi, that's all I needed to know. It's like you? That's not much. Vivi, I could see where a god would probably lose their mind.
I
If
guess.
it makes you feel any better, I'm not a god.
Yeah, she's not.
Wait, but I can't remember if it was in or out of character. You said that they were sisters, right?
Oh yeah, she points at Aiden again. Yeah, he serves Eldath.
Oh,
Wouldn't that
I see.
make you a goddess too?
It's a bit more complicated than that.
Oh. Should I not call you a goddess then?
It wouldn't be appropriate to call me a goddess. A lady is sufficient.
Oh, okay. I'll stick to lady. Well, it's nice to meet you.
And you as well.
Then Penelope's gonna like wave at Annis and be like, Annis, look what I did!
Oh, interesting.
Annis, I think she's conjuring water elementals.
No, she's talking to her Lady of the Lake.
Okay, so this is not like an Aquaman situation.
I don't... Wait. No, like, think about, you know, the Arthurian legend, the Lady of the Lake.
Oh, sweet sword. Got it.
No, I mean...
Wait, I don't know swords.
Not a sword. She's not going to give you a sword. It's...
No, I know. I wouldn't use it anyway.
I'm going to preface this with this is not in character. She's not going to give you a sword, Derek. She's going to give me a sword, damn it. Okay, back in character.
Okay,
Yeah, check it out.
This is what you needed the big basin for. Got it.
Yeah. Also, how glittery is the water looking?
You filled it with water from yours, right?
Yeah.
Let me... not too glittery, actually. Like, it's got a little bit of a sheen to it, but not nearly as overt as if you'd made it out of straight glitter water.
Cool.
little sparkly, not too much.
Hello, young lady.
Hello, how are you?
Doing good considering the circumstances.
I see you're all surviving scribe.
Right. Yeah, with our sanity mostly intact. I'm not surprised
that you have missed the starting round.
Not surprised that you know him. I'm guessing you wanted to be here as in person as you can be, considering.
It's not often I get to actually see what's going on here. I'll be reporting back a little bit to my sister about it.
Well, this one is already more exciting than usual, scribe notwithstanding.
I guess we'll have to see what happens next.
Yeah.
That's probably a good stopping point.
Yeah. It is become late, destroyer of nights.
Weeks and I have to go to work.
Yeah, there is that. Well, yep, that's a good policy point. So good job, everybody. Happy intermission.
Yay!
Yay!
Huzzah.
Sweet.
Alrighty. Well, in that case, yeah, it is late and I have the hunger, so I'm going to disappear. So good.
Enjoy.
Glad your power's back on.
Yay.
Yeah.